Holy shit. Look at this. It's been a technological nightmare tonight. No music in the beginning. Camera shut off. Supposed to be on. Man, what's up, everybody? Friday night. Had a great time on Dago today. Want to say thank you to Dago for always promoting that peaceful and positive atmosphere. Thank you, buddy. What's up, everybody? Thank you all for being in Silky's chat, Dago's chat, just being around. I appreciate you guys so much. I really do. Always have a great time on Dago's show. Definitely go check it out. And sub if you're not. Get to the hellos, and I got a special guest. And for the first hour and some, we're going to just sit back and talk to her. Stepha, what's up? Support with Stepha. Definitely, there's the link. Definitely go sub. We're going to be talking to her tonight a little bit about Richard Allen's mental. Talk a little bit of Delphi tonight. And then I'm going to go ahead and open up panel and calls. You're more than welcome. Have a discussion, whatever, you know. And then after that, we're going to play. Oh, yeah, Rory's joining tonight as well. After that, we are going to be playing Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Rory's going to come up and play. He's going to be the first contestant. And so you can either call in the phone number or you can join the panel to be a contestant. We're going to be doing Who Wants to Be a Millionaire tonight. But we are going to be doing that on my game and sports show. So let me see. I got to find that link real quick. Where is that? I have so many freaking links. It's crazy. There it is. There we go. Yeah, so if you want to play some games or you like sports, go sub to that channel. And after we get done with Delphi, because I like to keep the true crime and the, the true crime, the world events, stuff like that. I like to keep that stuff separate. So definitely come sub over there, hang out with us, even if you just want to hang out and watch, please. We're going to be on there after this show is over tonight. I can't wait. I love Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. It's sweet. And you even have a CJ lifeline. You got 4. You don't have 3. You got 4 on this game show because you got a lifeline from this guy too. What's up? Thank you, Aaron, for the sub. Thank you, Yabba Dabba. Kyla, thank you. Anna, appreciate it. Rachel, Lucy, wow, Night Watch, thank you. Real Slim Skittles, what's up? Yes, welcome. Jojo's coming on tonight. It's Friday night. Jojo's coming on. Thank you. I appreciate that. And Shine Like a Diamond, what's up? There's the lady of the evening here. And I sent you a link to your email, Stepha. If you'd like to hop in, you're more than welcome. And I'll just go ahead and bring you up whenever you're ready. What's up, Strutter? Chalk Baby. Natalie B. Always appreciate your kind words to this gentleman and the show in our community. Always appreciate that. Because that's what we're about. We're about building communities. What's up, CM? A Rare Zebra. Higher Ground. Such a beautiful soul Higher Ground is. And if you're a member, go check out last Saturday's show. Wow, what a conversation. It's a members only. What's up, Curious Chick? Thank you for hopping in. Yeah, definitely check out that members only. What a conversation. JoJo came up too. What a great night. Sheeby came up there. Sheeby came up there. Sorry about the technical issues in the beginning. No music. Hopefully, Tech Death Hippie hops up. I'm trying to get with him so I can get a song when I do my screens instead of the song that I use right now. Thank you, Valerie. I appreciate that. Definitely go sub to Grismatically Clever. He's the gentleman that made my intro. And also, we're in the works of getting the sports show intro done, but it's on me. I got to get these clips. I'm going to get them for you this weekend, buddy. I promise. Pam, what's up? Cindy, I love that microphone pick. I love it. I really do. Thank you so much. Yes, thank you for subbing to Grizz. That gentleman, he's awesome. And he's got a good heart, too. Oh, thank you. You're welcome. And I appreciate you taking your time to come on tonight. Seriously. I'm excited to talk. Definitely go sub over there. We'll be on there playing games tonight. London Lady, good morning. It's 1:10 Saturday in London. Oh, wow. Well, thank you. I've been told that people listen to the show also when they go to sleep because it's just calming. I've had a lot of people reach out to me and tell me I need to make like audio videos or something. I don't even know, like, I don't even know how to do that. What do you mean? I just was watching Dago's live from the beginning. I came in at the end. Oh, higher ground. Yeah, amazing. Amazing. What's up, Cryptic? And we got good evening.
Hi, y'all.
How are you? I don't want to butcher your name, so what's the pronunciation? Stepha?
Support with Stepha. Yes,
Stepha. Okay. Oh, let me turn that music down. How are you this evening? And
I'm
thank you for
lovely.
joining.
I'm happy. I'm off work, so I'm very happy.
Oh yeah, always. I had a half a day today, so hung out in Dago's for a while. Do you know Dago, True Crime Cafe with Dago?
I don't.
No? It's definitely a good watch. Yeah, we'll have to, if you guys can put the link out there. So, I met you through Silky Southern Tea's channel a couple days ago.
Yeah, and that's the first time I'd ever been there. I'd never been to her channel.
Oh, really?
Nope, that was my first time. One of my friends was like, "Hey, you got to come over and check out this channel." So I went over, and I'm glad I did because Jinx was over there, and I don't know a lot of people over here, but I'm so excited to meet y'all.
Yeah, I couldn't wait for this night to be able to talk to you for a little while because I used to cover Delphi like a long time ago. And I haven't really covered it for a long time. I've been doing a lot of other cases. I've talked to Delphi here and there. So how much have you covered Delphi a lot?
That's all I've covered.
Oh, really?
Okay. True crime. Yeah, I'm getting ready to cover. I'm in Ohio, and there's a case here where a gentleman had shot and killed his kids.
Yeah, I heard that.
So I was supposed to go Thursday, but I'm going to go over to his property on Sunday and kind of see if I can talk to the locals. Yeah, it was very traumatic. Well, now it's nationwide information. I found out on law and crime before I ever heard about it on our local news. So,
are you serious?
Yeah. Yep. I saw the law and crime, the body cam, and I'm like, Ohio,
yeah.
What? And then I was like, where did this happen? Claremont County. That's like a county over. And then I'm like, when did it happen? And then it was like the day before. I was shocked. I was really shocked. Yep.
Wow. What's the local TV station over there?
So I'm in Dayton. So we have like WHIO. and Cincinnati was covering it, but I don't usually watch Cincinnati stations. So I'm kind of in between. But yeah, so I didn't know about it. Dayton, it really hasn't covered it, even though it's such a big story. Um,
Wow.
Now Cincinnati is, but yeah, today I guess he's pled not guilty.
Right, that's what I saw. I haven't. I've saved a lot of the because sometimes I do shows where it's just like open topics, and I kind of get to a lot of these other ones we're not able to get to when we cover certain cases. And I have been saving those over the last couple days. And I did see one that came across today about how he had pleaded not guilty. Um, do you know like what is beyond just him setting that up and planning that out? Is do you know if there's stuff behind the scenes
I don't
and
know.
that's why it's quiet? Okay.
Yeah, I don't know yet. That's kind of when I wanted to see if I could talk to the locals, um, and see if I
Hmm.
can get more information. Um, but my friend Erickson, she has a channel and she's been getting pretty deep in it. But
Yeah, we love her. Yeah.
oh, you know her? Okay, great. She's
Yeah,
one
we love
of
her.
my first um, places I ever went on a channel. As I went on
Okay.
there as a expert guest.
Oh, nice.
I used to she used to have a show about, and she did like addiction, and I
Mm.
a while back, gosh, years back, I was um a detox and nurse. So I kind of came in as like the professional piece, and then people came in and asked questions, and it was a good show, but that were detox and drug rehab just weren't, it just wasn't my thing in nursing. But I mean, it prepared me for what came next. So yeah.
Hmm. So what all, speaking of your career, so what all, what did you experience and what exactly was your position or
Um,
is it something you still practice?
yeah, yeah, I do. But
Okay.
I'm lucky now. I do it from home. I do
Oh, wow.
case management. So when I first started out, I knew nothing, and I worked for a home care agency, and I was like answering their phones, getting my feet wet, and then they're like, "Oh, here, we'll make you our intake nurse." I'm like, "I don't know if that's a good idea, but okay." So then I started doing their intakes, and then they're like, "Oh, you should do our marketing." So I started doing marketing for them. Then they threw me in as a director of nursing, for at a facility for them, and
Wow.
I loved that job. I loved it. I got to do so much. And then I went and I did that for many years. And then I went and did the drug rehab. And now I've been doing case management for the past 4 years. And I
Oh,
love it. So, yeah, not many nurses
nice.
get to work from home. So,
Right. Exactly. What's up, everybody? And Cherry SRB. Yeah, thank you everybody for hopping in. I appreciate that. And definitely go sub. I'll throw the link out there again real quick.
yeah, I'd love to have you part of our family for sure.
Uh, so do you have, and thank you, I appreciate the invitation. So do you have like a schedule when you go, do you go live or are you just videos or?
So I kind of took a break. My
Okay.
channel was actually started with my daughter, and it was started for mental health awareness.
Okay.
Well, it turned into Delphi. She and I decided on Mother's Day of 21, let's go check out this Delphi walk. And we went to Delphi. We didn't know anything about the case, and we started learning, and we are just, hooked. And so our channel just kind of did a swift, but I still do mental health awareness on my channel. Um, hey Frank. So
Thank you everybody for hopping.
so we that's kind of where our channel changed. So I still do mental health awareness um, in my lives, but I've done a big mostly Delphi. So like I just had a colleague on my channel, which was an amazing live. That was the best live I think I ever had. and she is a nurse that worked in a hospital for the criminally insane. And that's kind of what I had her on there because Richard Allen is trying to, use this criminally insane thing and trying to go into the, supposedly, allegedly trying to go into the mental hospital from where he's at now in the jail. And I learned so much about that whole life that they have there, and why it's good and why it's bad. I mean, why it's really not exactly what you want to prisoners want to think it's a better place, but I don't know if that's really true. So yeah, so I learned a lot from her, and so I have a lot of information to share with y'all if you want to know about that. Kate, did you say the new court docs just dropped? I just went online right before I came on. Oh my gosh.
Oh shit, I was muted. What's up, Stevie? Or
is she talking? Katie, are you talking?
I think, is that Idaho? So Brian Koberger's. Can you send those to me? Thank you, Kate. Wow.
I'm going to Twitter just to make sure because I've been stalking Twitter.
Wow. Okay.
Do
you cover Florida at all?
That is on my next. I'm going to Delphi next weekend, and okay. I will be. I'm going to go to Florida for the first time. No, Delphi. I thought Delphi docs were up. That's why I checked, but it wasn't. Okay. I was like, I just checked it before I came on here.
Huh.
But I thought docs just came out yesterday for Brian.
Well, I seen some stuff coming out over Twitter last night, but I figured we'd go into that tonight when we're sitting down talking. Did you see those documents that came out on Twitter last night?
No, I just saw that they said that they would post them, but there was not an ETA.
Yeah, that's odd. So yeah, because I did. No, I heard they were coming out, but I hadn't heard anything since. And then I seen some stuff come out over Twitter last night, but that was about it. I didn't really get to look over the documents or anything.
Yeah, they didn't post the documents. They said that a thorough review of the case file is continuing. There's no ETA currently available on when they might be complete. When it's complete, an update on the availability of the unsealed documents will be posted here, and that's on Allen Superior Court Twitter.
Reading the Twitter.
Kate, are you reading Brian Koberger's document?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me know, mods, of 622 objections to state's motion. Yeah, let me know and send me a Discord message if you come across something. Just put it in Discord and I'll pop it up. So yeah, I'm gonna be. I've covered Florida a couple times. Jinx 13 is the one that actually introduced me to that case. I was asking some of my subs if there's any cases that doesn't get attention that they'd like me to cover. That was the one, and it was the first time she hopped up on panel and she kind of explained the case to us, and it was pretty disturbing. So I'm definitely excited to hear that you're talking about discussing Flora and getting it out there, because I think it's really important. It doesn't get a lot of the air coverage, And it's one of these cases that's very disturbing, and it definitely needs to be out there. So thank you so much for your interest in that as
Oh,
well.
I want to
And
cover it, but I want a professional on it. So my brother is a firefighter, so I want him
okay.
to go on there. But he wants me to get him like facts of the documents, show him facts. Because when I told him what happened, he's like, he doesn't. I mean, he doesn't believe. He's like, no, that can't be. And I'm like, yes, this really happened. So he wants me to show him the facts because he is just in disbelief that these things happened. So I want to be able to show him, yes, this really happened. They took those girls in an ambulance and to the fire station. And he's like, there's no way you would go to jail for that
Mhm.
as a paramedic. That he
You
would want
would
to,
think. Yeah, you
yeah,
would think.
like you can't move a dead body. And I'm like, I know, Jeffrey, I know you can't move a dead body, but I'm telling you, this is what happened.
Hmm.
So he wants me to show him documents that prove that. And I don't know
Totally
what
understand.
kind of documents.
Yeah. Um, Jinx, there's a lot of different content creators that cover that case that are out there. If you go to my last, whenever you have free time, go to my live section and the Flora video that I did a few days ago. It's got great updates, panel, and also all the creators' links in the description that do cover Flora. There's a lot of creators out there that do cover it, and there's a lot of ways to get the information, because I totally understand where he's coming from, when it comes to speaking as a professional, and also making sure that you have the documents, because it's also about, not only respect for the families, but respect for your own, um, your
Other fire,
own brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? So I
yes.
totally understand that. And I think we can get a lot of that for you too. So you're definitely more than welcome anytime I do a Flora show. You're more than welcome
Okay.
to hop on when I do have open panels. Some of the shows I'm just going to have certain people, and then some of the shows I'm going to open it up to other creators that are also covering the case. That way we can all just kind of get together and have a collective and be able to kind of spread that word even more. So definitely the invitation is there. So when it comes to the Delphi case, I know that you've probably seen the video. I think a lot of other people have seen the video. I'm going to go ahead and play the video in a minute, but
Okay.
I have a question before that. When that picture came out, because remember, there was a little bit before this video came out where you saw him walking into the courts. Um, that picture that was taken from like a downward angle at him where he wasn't even looking at the camera, he
He's
was
looks
kind
like
of
he's
like staring off.
focusing on him.
Yeah, what did you think of that picture before, like when that came out?
When I first saw it, I was livid because I thought that how could, in fact, I was on a Criming Shame, and I said we have to have an emergency live. I was that upset, and we did. We had a live immediately, and I was so upset because I felt like our prosecution, we're going to lose this case because they're not taking care of him.
Yeah.
And that was how I felt at that moment. And
Mhm.
I should have not jumped on emotion, but I did. And I felt like, on the other hand, I also felt like the defense. Where's your why? How have you been here for 5 months and your defense has not seen you? And where they've been for 5 months that they haven't noticed that you're falling apart.
Mhm.
So that's how I felt. Why is the prosecution allowing this, and why is the defense allowing it? That's how I felt. And then I talked to my colleague, the one that worked in the the hospital for the criminally insane, where she does. I mean, she worked with serial killers, all of that. And so I asked for her opinion, and I showed the picture, and then I read I gave her the documents that his attorneys had filed the motion. And she's like, oh, she goes, I don't, I think this is just a way for them to get a defense. she's like, I don't think there's anything to this, and let me tell you why. And we kind of went through it. Then when I told her about the one from, I'll tell you. Well, go ahead and show the video if you.
Okay.
I'll tell you what she said after that.
Okay. Let me zoom that into full screen real quick. You know what? Let me see. I'm going to play this one instead because it shows it up closer. Court TV had one. There it is. I mean, when you look at the picture, yeah, right here, you see that's his mugshot when he was arrested. All right. What the heck? This video doesn't show him walking in.
Oh, there it was, I think.
There it is. There it is. And then this is the picture that we were just talking about a second ago, where he was kind of looking off to the off in a different direction. I honestly think he looks better there in that picture on the right side where he's sitting in the chair than he does when he walked into the court a few days ago.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
that's even a drastic change to me. So I see 3 different stages here. You got the one on the left, you got the mugshot, which he's a little thicker, and that one, and then this one, you see this condition, and then you're going to see the next.
He looks terrible.
Yeah, it's
the last one.
Yeah. So I'm just going to keep this muted and let this play. There we go. I mean, he honestly looks like he's a 85-year-old man right now.
Yeah, he looks emaciated there. His face looks almost like a cancer patient.
And he's got that stare again, too.
Yeah, a lot of people thought he was drugged, which he probably was.
That's what I was wondering, because I'm like...
Well, he needed to be. He obviously had some... like they were talking in the... when he had his last... the picture when he's got that stuff on his shirt, his attorney said he was having symptoms of psychosis and schizophrenia. Well, I will educate. I don't know if there's any other nurses in here, but you don't get schizophrenia when you turn 50, usually. I mean, usually that happens in your 20s. You can have the same schizophrenia and psychosis, have the same, the same symptoms, but that's what I think they're trying to say. But when I saw that he is acting like he's got schizophrenia, I'm like, oh, okay. I didn't realize the attorney knew that. That face right there scares me to death. And it makes me wonder if the girls saw that look, because that's evil. Sorry. I know that I'm not evil, CJ. Not that. But that is the face of a killer. I don't know.
You think? So now, when we were talking a minute ago, did you say that you had looked up where he was incarcerated? And do you know anything about the conditions there? Because I had heard some things that the conditions weren't necessarily... I heard there's a lot of violations that took place. Is that... do you know anything about that?
Happening to him, now that I found a little bit more out, that place in general, they have had a bad reputation, but because he is so high profile and they don't want to F this up, I don't believe anything is happening to him that by the staff. In fact, he's getting like 3 somebody said daily medical visits. I think it's more like 3 a week. But then they said he was going on like starvation fast, like, and I'm not going to eat. And then
Oh,
people
okay.
start saying, "Oh, well, they'll make him get a feeding tube." Well, no, they can't. They rare. I asked my friend. I said, "Have you ever had that?" She, somebody like a judge, say you have to have a feeding tube. She goes, "I've never seen it once." And she said, if he is doing that, starving himself, then he's definitely not insane, because an insane person does not able to make a decision of to starve themselves.
Hmm.
So, just learning that kind of stuff from her, she goes, that sounds like a defense told him, don't eat. But
I
when
see.
the forensic psychiatrists and psychologists get involved, they know that that's BS. So the things, they know how the prisoners fake it, and they know what to look for. And just like she knew that right away. And she said, rarely does one get through. They might get through the jail staff that does forensic psychology or psychiatry, but once they get to a facility that's all they do is forensics of forensic um, prisoners that come through, and they're going to see if they are truly either at the time of the time of the crime they were insane, or they're incompetent to stand trial. At as of right now, as like today, if he went there,
Okay.
they would then, they do, all their evaluations. He would be sent right back to jail because they see he's not incompetent, because he was able to make the decision to starve himself. So,
Wow.
yeah, so
Okay.
that then that very, I mean, just so many things that, how I got so upset about, oh my God, they're starving, or they're not taking care of him. No, he's not taking care of himself. He's
Okay.
using that. So I found that very interesting.
Okay. Yeah,
Then,
because I wondered. I was like, wow, that is what a difference right there when you go from
yes,
over time. Natalie B, thank you so much for the super sticker. I appreciate that. Kendra says, I think the guy is confessing because he's being tormented in prison. I've been following this case deeply since it started, like I have never for Idaho. Hmm.
I think he's not. I think he's tormenting himself.
Yeah.
I don't think
Interesting.
anybody's hurting him. It's all on
Well,
video. That's the
his
thing.
lawyers, well, didn't his lawyers state that he wasn't getting their paperwork in time, and
He's not a.
they
What
weren't
they?
allowed to
Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Yeah.
No, all I was going to say is a prisoner that is on suicide watch cannot have paper in their cell, because they can cut themselves to because you can paper cut yourself all the way down till you actually can cut your artery. So they don't allow them, but the attorneys don't put that in the motion. So that is stuff that looks good on that paper of the emotion. But if you talk to anybody that's worked in the prison, they will tell you you can never ever let them have a paper, just like you can't have utensils,
Right.
just those type of things. That makes it sound like, oh, they're mistreating him so badly, but really anybody in his position is not going to be able to have paper in his room in their.
Well, and it even goes beyond that too, because I had heard also that they were claiming that they weren't able that they had said uh, that he was reaching out about the conditions, and something to the effect that they weren't allowed to see the conditions until like a month after they had requested or something. Does that sound familiar to you?
Well, they can see the video of their client whenever they want. And
Yeah.
that's the thing. Their client is videoed 24/7, except now they got it approved that he won't be videoed during um, their sessions with their attorney, which This is what I think about that. Like,
Okay.
I don't think that they can get information about when they're being it,
I think
I,
they were just trying to go look at his cell, I think is what they were doing. And it was something to the effect of their
I
client was reaching out to them because of the conditions. They wanted to see the conditions. And so it's something about them requesting to see the cell and not being able to for like a
don't
month or
think you
something.
can. That would
Yeah.
be
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think that would be you going back there. First of all, that would be HIPAA violation because you can't move all the other prisoners out so that you only have him in there because there's other people that are in solitary confinement and you can't.
Right.
But so that would be the first thing coming
Okay.
from the HIPAA, as a HIPAA thing. But the other thing is that is a safety issue. You can't let people come into the jail. I mean, they are only set up to protect them in those rooms for
Mm-hmm.
the attorneys.
What am I thinking of then? Because I guess maybe I got it confused. What would I? Does this sound kind of similar to something where it was something to do with the conditions, and they weren't able to have access to something, and I don't recall exactly what it was. This was something that was like a few months ago.
He wasn't able to have. They said he wasn't able to have access to talk to his family on the phone,
Okay.
and which then we found out in the hearing last week that his family was coming to see him, and but he wouldn't talk to them. He wouldn't see them.
Really?
Yes. So
What?
yes. So that's why
Odd.
they had to bring proof that he was refusing to see his family, and
What?
yeah. And
Why
so
would?
there's so many things that the attorneys put in paper to make it sound like, oh my God, they're mistreating him, and that's what
Okay.
I fell for the emotion part right away.
Yeah.
I did.
Okay.
And but now, actually getting educated on it later, I was like, oh yeah, I guess they pulled that one over on me. But
Really?
yeah,
So what was that picture in the first place? Was that picture just part of a show?
he had just come out of playing basketball or something, and they said, no, don't change your clothes, leave that like it is. And that's why he looks so crappy in there. Now he has lost weight, obviously, if you're not eating.
Right.
And I mean, think about it. You have been caught, you're living in prison now. You've been caught murdering two little girls. You don't have your family. You don't have, I mean, your whole life has changed. You're used to going to the bar and all that. That's all gone. I mean, he's been taken away from all of the things that he enjoyed. So, plus, when you're in secluded, after 24 hours, a lot of people go into psychosis. So he's been there for what, 6 months now. So I'm sure he's having psych- ugh, I'm sure he's having symptoms of psychosis. I'm sure he is. So that'll mess up anybody's mind, not being able to be around other people.
Right. What that and that's odd that he's refusing to see his family. Like he just what is he trying to do? Just
So I wasn't at the
like
hearing. I don't know if Frank Meister
be
is still in here, but he was there, and they had the warden come on the stand, and all of the defense was trying to um, just make the prison sound like crap, and that warden just he couldn't get him. The warden was like, no, this, and this, and this, and this, and they couldn't get him. I mean, it was, I guess, pretty amazing. The warden did a great job on the stand, and he was like, no, coming back for everything the defense tried to throw at him, and he was giving the legality of what they were trying to do, or what they
mm,
were trying to throw at him as, oh, well, you did this. No, this is the policy. We can't go against the policy. And it was, I guess, really good that everybody that I talked to that was at that hearing had great things to say about the warden.
Wow. Okay. Because that's interesting. So, I mean, it hasn't even got to the trial part,
We
and
probably won't be in
he's
trial.
already right. You think he's just gonna confess, or what?
Well, he
Or what do
has
you?
to 5 people, and then it,
So
uh,
these confessions are actually real? Because I heard a bunch of spin about it.
so yeah, so the prosecution wasn't even going to bring it up, um, but the defense wanted to be the first to talk about it so they could put their spin on it. That, oh well, we can't believe anything he's saying because his mental health is bad.
Right.
Um,
Mhm.
so we'll have to. There'll be a competency hearing. I'm sure that'll be coming up. There'll be so many hearings coming up that they put a date. By law, they have to put a date of trial. So they put some date in January, which there's no way they're going to have a competency hearings. They're going to have all kinds of hearings that are going to be in. So I think it'll be probably 2 years before they actually go to trial.
Wow.
Well, hopefully
Still
they'll.
that long, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Well, think about Lori Vallow. It took her 3 years.
Yeah.
So
So do you think anybody else is involved, or do you think he did it on his own? What do you think
I,
about that?
I think there are other people involved. I mean, the prosecutor said there are other
The
actors.
tentacles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was Doug Carter.
Doug Carter, but yeah.
Yeah. And then their prosecutor said that there were other actors, and that's why he didn't want some of these documents. He wanted them sealed, and that's kind of how we ended up part of the court hearing on last Friday, a week ago of today. Yes, and was because I don't know if you know who the murder sheets are.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so they did a motion to the court and said this is illegal. Like you can't keep everything held from the public. Like there are certain things that the public has the right to know, and they're right. Yeah, they know. I mean, they were right. So that's what I was checking when you were saying documents being released. That's what I thought. Kate was talking about that because we're waiting like on the edge of our.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I thought by now that the documents would have been out already by Friday evening. I honestly thought they would have been out by Thursday. But yeah, I was surprised. But I mean, that stuff over Twitter, I haven't checked it out yet. But there's stuff on Twitter I know that of documents that came out. Thank you, SRB. Definitely go sub. This is support with Stepha. Definitely go sub to her channel and go check her out. And thank you for your time tonight. I appreciate it.
Oh, thank you.
Let me see here. Oh, somebody said there was a birthday. Abigail Williams. Happy birthday. Thank you.
Abby's
Always
no,
love
that's
birthdays.
Abby.
Let's
Abby
see.
Williams.
Yeah. Think mental health issues are a serious thing and should not be used as an excuse in courts. Of course, they have to be something wrong with. I mean, yeah, something has to be wrong for sure if you can actually like go through it.
Mentally ill people do not usually hurt other people, they hurt themselves.
Very good point. RA should be held in jail until trial under close supervision. He has not been to trial yet. 2 years, wow.
I think they ruled that he's not going to jail. I think the judge ruled that he's going to have to stay in prison because there's no they can't protect him in the jail.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. When you spelled it Abigail, I thought it was one of the subs. Sorry about that. Abby. I just always call her Abby. Yeah, I know, Pam. I just always call her Abby. I don't call her Abigail. So I thought it was one of the subs. Yeah, happy birthday. Let me see here. So you think he's forcing it on himself?
Yes.
Do you think that KK is kind of linked up with all this?
I do. I mean, unless there's just a big coincidence that that KK they had Murder Sheets had released the the interrogation, and they said we're talking about the Anthony Shots account, and he knew that there were other people that had that account, and that
Mm-hmm.
came out I think in 2001, and then but the interview actually was happening in 2000 when he was arrested, and then when he left, he was released from the Miami County Jail, and he went to the the site where they looked for 3 weeks. You know what I'm talking about? When they went into the river, they looked in the river for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Yep. And then 2 weeks later, they're going over to what's his name's house, RA's house, Richard
Logan.
Allen's house, and then he is arrested
Oh,
2 weeks later. So, in my opinion, I mean, is that a coincidence? I mean, it could be, but
I mean, I thought it was weird when they said that a neighbor had said that he had buried something in his property in his yard or something, and then they went to his yard to search for that, and all of a sudden they found all this other stuff. I always thought that was odd as hell.
that's why I hope that's one of the things she releases, because that should be released. The public should know why. If you're going to take somebody out of the public, you, me, the public should know why you're taking them out of the public. So if that way, there should be checks and balances. So I should know that why you're being removed from society, because otherwise the government would have so much power they can't just go around taking people out of society. So that should be released, in my opinion, and I believe is
For sure.
in the law is my understanding, but I could be wrong. I'm not an attorney. I'm just saying that I've heard attorneys say that you can't just take people out of society and not give society a reason why you did it.
Right.
So,
I mean, yeah, in some of these cases, it's kind of the same thing. It's like, you definitely have to question some things for sure if something doesn't make sense. Sunny Day says he's sabotaging. Channel says unavailable. Hold on a second.
and Lucas, I don't know if you're still in chat, but I saw your comment about how it's so not right to take mental illness into the court system if you're not truly mentally ill, and you're correct 100%.
And you think that's what's taking place? He's claiming to be mentally ill, but really he's not. He's of sound mind and knows what he's doing.
Yeah, I think he's trying to set that up. Like, oh, I'm crazy, and that's not how it works. I also didn't know this. I thought this was interesting.
I mean, he's got the look.
Yeah, he does. He does.
For real.
To you and me, but to a forensic specialist, they're like, no. It doesn't matter how he looks. There's no look to of being incompetent to stand trial. That doesn't have. There's no look about it. They just pretend. And I want to be careful how I don't say curse words, but they know how to look through that BS. So there's that. But I also learned something else. You cannot go to a state hospital from prison. Like if somebody's already been convicted, you can only do it from jail. Like I didn't know that. Like I would think that if you end up being crazy while you're in prison, that you could go to a state hospital, but you can't. That's only from the jail.
Really?
Yep, I didn't know that. I learned that. Go ahead.
I mean, do you think that's what he's trying to do? Is go
Oh,
to
I think that's what he wants. He wants to go to the state hospital. I think is what he's trying to set up, and that's
and
just
live
my.
on Easy Street,
But that's
according
what
to
I.
him, instead of?
Yeah. So I was gonna say. So I learned that most of the time you get a lighter sentence going to prison instead of the state hospital. Like if you murder someone, you might get 30 years in prison, but a lifetime in the state hospital. And in the state hospital, you're still on lockdown. You might be rooming with a serial killer. I mean, it's not like a cakewalk. It's still
Huh.
not. It's not. It's just like jail. It's just a hospital.
Huh. So you would be there a lot longer then, huh?
Yeah,
Huh.
she's like that's what she said. She's like, so many people think that if they go to the state hospital, it's going to be better for them, but most of the time it's not. They could have just gone 30 years in the prison and gotten out and they would have been done with their time, but they spend the rest of their lives in a state hospital.
Huh. Interesting.
I know. I
Uh,
found a lot of that
yeah,
interesting.
yeah, because I always had heard or thought that that was the easier route, and that's why they always tried to do that. That's very
Me
interesting you
too.
say that. Jojo, I'll be sending out the links for the chat in about 10 minutes or so. I just wanted to kind of highlight Stepha and her channel and kind of who she is, and discuss a little bit. And then we're going to go ahead and open it up to the panel and your calls too, and we'll all kind of discuss, because I'm sure if there's questions, is that cool as well? If anybody
Oh
has any
yeah,
questions. Okay.
I love it.
So if you guys want to ask questions, we can do that. I just want to spend about 10 more minutes here with her, and then we'll go ahead and open it up, and then I'll put the link out there in chat. Thank you again for hopping up here, and I appreciate your time tonight. When it comes to um, like the other individuals and stuff, um, do you think somebody else was there when the crime took place? In your opinion, because it's all speculation until trial.
I've been to the crime scene. Um,
Okay.
the first time I went there, I met Ron Logan. My daughter and I did.
Are you
And
serious?
yeah,
Wow.
we met Ron Logan. And
Wow.
so I couldn't go to the crime scene. He made it very clear that nobody could go to the crime scene. The second time I went, he had passed away, and I went down there to the crime scene. Um, I cannot imagine that one person could have done this alone physically.
Mm-hmm.
I again, I don't have proof of that. And I don't think the plan was to ever cross that creek. It's not a creek. I mean, during the winter, it is. I mean, it was flowing like a river. I got video of it. I mean, it is just flowing like a river. I don't think.
Really?
Yes, they would have been freezing to death, and I would think they would have got swept in the current.
Do you have
Um,
it on your channel, the video of it?
no, but I have it on my computer. If you want me to pull it up.
Yeah, if you want to, you're more than welcome to screen
Oh,
share.
I was just doing it for you guys. I've already, if y'all want to see it, I've already
I mean,
seen it.
it's
Oh,
yeah, we can make it a little bit later if everybody
oh, sure.
wants to. So that's okay, because I always thought it was a creek. So do you think somebody was at the bottom of the hill? Or
I think that somebody was behind Abby at the top where they were, and
oh,
I'm wondering if that is caught on video, and that's why they were so careful about showing part of that video. Like the video when Bridge Guy's coming down, they only have a 1 second and a half
right.
of that video. The rest of it's repeated over and over and over again. I
Mhm.
think that Abby was there, so they had to move Abby out of the way. So I think they had to manipulate that part. And then I think behind Libby, there was somebody standing back there. I don't know for sure, but I think there was somebody back behind her. Because otherwise, I would think she would have ran toward the Webbers. And I think somebody was blocking her from going to the Webbers that way. And Brad Weber was home, but because they said go down the hill, but I don't. I think that I've always had it pictured in my head that there was a car waiting on that private drive, and I don't know if Brad Weber was the one that said there was a car there, or not, but
yeah, like somebody had broken down.
Yeah,
or
something
fake broke down, whatever.
Yeah, it was sitting there on the private drive, and then Richard Allen's car was, so far out that he was not going to be taking him in his car, because I was so far. He would never do that so far away. But going through the water with it being so cold and rushing at that time. Now, when I'm going there next week, and it'll probably be fine because it's summer, and unless they have a lot of rain. But it's because in the spring and summer it is a lot lower. It's not rushing, but in the winter it's rushing.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't know. I always thought maybe somebody was at the bottom of the hill.
Could be.
Yeah, and Pam brought up a good question. Do you think that the BG had a gun?
Oh yeah, he had a gun. It came out. The Abby and Libby's Libby's grandparents and Abby's mom heard it. They got to listen to all 43 seconds, and
oh really?
In fact, in the PCA, they actually say that he cocked a gun, and they actually talk about the gun, and Abby says he's got a gun, so that's actually in the PCA. So they talk about the gun in the PCA. Which I always figured that's probably what happened, because he got control of them. I don't think he would have gotten control of two girls that could run, because they both were athletes, with a knife. I think that he used a knife to kill them, but I think that the gun was used to control them.
Wow. What page on the PCA does it state that? Do you know?
You're gonna make me hold on.
What's up, everybody hopping in? Melissa, thank you for hanging out. What's up, Chalk Baby? I'm doing better.
I will find it if you give me a second here.
Yeah, no problem. Keegan KK says he has a few things to say about. Interesting. What's up, Silky and Jinx? I'm going to go ahead and open up panel here in a few minutes. And thank you all for hanging out and coming in. And what was the COD? Melissa's asking.
What was it?
What was the COD? Shine Like a Diamond says KK has a few things. Says he has a few things to say, but can't right now.
I don't believe much that comes out of his mouth.
Do you think the information that he provided led to RA?
Yeah, I think that
like that was
I think that information was whatever he provided, that he did provide something, because 2 weeks later they arrested it, or they went to his house and searched.
It was pretty close, and it was a weird search. What do you think about that, though? That I always thought that was fishy when I first heard about it. How we heard that you buried something of your neighbors in your yards. So we're gonna search it. And then all of a sudden, boom, you find all this other stuff. And just like, was that an excuse? Because you knew? And you had to have a reason and you couldn't come up with one? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. Why, first of all, what kind of person? I mean, I know that they're jacked up in the head and they like to keep trophies. But I would think if you were a smart criminal, you wouldn't do that. You wouldn't keep. Okay, it's on page 2.
Okay.
Of the PCA.
Okay, page 2. And let me see here. And so, do you think? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, you're fine. Go ahead.
Do you think the Snapchat pic was altered? Now, that's something I haven't really got into, or even really, because it's been a while since I covered this. But do you think? I know there's a lot of talk about this Snapchat pic being altered. What's your opinion on that? And thank you for the sub, Astrid, or membership. I'm sorry, gifted.
I don't.
You don't think so?
Well, no, I try to. I mean, like, I tried to have an open mind about it, and I still have an open mind about it. But I don't think that the Carroll County I'm not a fan of Carroll County Sheriff's Department, but I don't think they were out making meth. I believe other people were out making meth. That's definitely a possibility. Garrett Kurtz, I wouldn't surprise me one bit. But I don't think that Carroll County Sheriff's Department was out making meth, and they.
Oh, I never heard that.
Yeah, that's what they're saying, and that's what they made up the Abbey. They made it up. So I don't know. Jinx, you were part of that. You were trying to, in the group that was saying that.
We'll go ahead and open it up too. If you guys want to hop up, Jinx, you're more than welcome. I saw you typing in there. So we'll go ahead and open the door.
I'd love to talk to Jinx about it, because we were both, I was trying to have an open mind. We were in the same person's, at that time, the person that was telling us that's what happened, we were both in there on their channel listening to it, and I was trying to have an open mind, but I just don't think that Carroll County officers were out making meth and made that picture so that
I had never heard that. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's what the reasoning is.
That's crazy. That's crazy. What's up, Jinx?
Hey,
you did awesome on Silky.
Oh, thank you. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to I forgot to turn my YouTube down before I jumped on. I apologize, y'all.
You're good. You're good. You're good. What's up, buddy?
Hi, darling. How are y'all?
Hey, girl.
Hi. Okay, so the Snapchat. Me and Silky just had a great chat about this, actually, you guys. Specifically Addie being on there, y'all, I had Snapchat back then, and I used it vigorously because I thought it was so fun, and I could do it with my sister and my nephews and stuff like that, right? Those filters are wild on there, and they can make certain things kind of pop more and kind of, not stand out so much. So I guarantee them girls definitely had some kind of filter on it. You know what I'm saying? The only thing that I think is off about that picture is at the back of the bridge, at the back in the center of the picture, but like down on the line. You know what I mean? There does seem to be something weird in it on this one aspect, but I don't know. I'm not like tech savvy at all. It just looks weird to me.
Can you send it to me? Do you have it?
I would love to go over that.
If you can email it to me, I'll pull it up. If anybody has that picture, if you can email it to me, I'll pull it up.
So, Jinx, can I ask you a question on your thought?
I would love to see what I can answer.
Okay, so we were in that same creators going into that YouTube channel, right? That one creator that was really pushing that it was. Okay, I'm
gonna my P's and Q's, but yes, I know what you're talking about.
Okay. Do you remember that creator was saying that he thought that it was made up because Carroll County was part of making the meth, so they hurried up and came up with the Snapchat picture. Do you remember this?
Yes,
that's crazy.
Okay, I'm not losing it. So I just did not buy. I mean, I tried to be open-minded, but I'm not a fan of Carroll County. Don't get me wrong. I just don't think they were out there making meth. That's just my opinion, y'all. Just my
I don't
opinion.
either. I mean, that's crazy. I ain't never heard that shit before. That's crazy.
But I do believe that there's definitely a possibility that they did walk in on some meth stuff because they did make meth out there. So, but I'm thinking like some Garrett Kurtz, Ashley Garth people, not Carroll County deputies. You know,
Go ahead, Jinx. Say it.
Go ahead.
Yeah, like for real. Okay, come on now. I mean, there was best people out there that were cooking meth. Okay, there were. You cannot get around that. Is a now saying that Carroll County Sheriff's Department was out there doing it with them. Like, I don't know about all that. Come on now.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Agree.
That's crazy. Yeah.
But
I
have not put out Garrett Kurtz, Ashley Garth, that whole plan at all. Like I still
have not part of those two names. Absolutely not.
And then there is that judge that I have not ruled out. I don't think he was there, but I think it could be part of this whole thing.
That is spelled Foust. Look it up, y'all.
I didn't say the name.
I did. Foust.
And he signed the Ron Logan search warrant. But once I saw the Jalen videos, what he did to Jalen, and what he was into, I was like, oh my gosh, this man is probably involved.
Well, my question is who else was he talking about when he was saying all that stuff? That's what I want to know. Who are these other people that he was talking about in this boys club?
So does the chat know who he is?
Gotta be a lot. CJ is who?
I don't know. I haven't checked my chat just yet.
Okay, so there is there is a judge that got in trouble. He had a lady of the night, and she was afraid he wouldn't tell her who he was. They were chatting on Facebook Messenger. She did not know who he was. She didn't know he was a judge. But so she set her camera up on their first meeting in case something funky happened. Well, he ended up strangling her, and she had it on video. He showed her attorney, and the attorney said, I don't know who that is. And so later she found out that it was this judge. And so he was stalking her. And this judge happened to have a ring where they took women and did bad things to them. And because he wouldn't leave her alone, she went to the newspaper, or to the news, not the newspaper, went to the news and sent the video in of him strangling her.
Wow.
So he didn't lose his lawyer license, but he had to sit down as the judge. Talk about a good old boys club. I was shocked.
Whoa, that's crazy.
Yep. So, but Jalen is her name, and she made tapes about what all happened. It's a whole mess. But because of her videos, I would not be surprised if this judge is involved in this ring of things. And this judge also signed the Ron Logan search warrant. So,
wow. When did all this? I never knew any of that.
I think that was 2000. I know that she called him out in 2020, but I think it was 2018 when. Let me find those tapes and I'll just tell you.
Wow.
Jalen's thing. I'll give you.
That is crazy. No shit. So how was he even?
You knew it all.
What?
still practicing.
Yeah, like how was he still practicing? I mean,
I know. We
that
don't know.
is.
I do not know. I was shocked. My uncle's a judge, and
The community did nothing. Like they didn't. Was it just were they were just cut off from that information, or I just find that odd that a community would even be cool with a judge.
I know, but this is Carroll County people. They're not playing with a full deck.
Who is?
Okay. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Right.
Okay, I'm gonna
In my
send you.
opinion. In my
I'm
opinion.
gonna email it to you. I'll email you this link to her channel to you.
Okay.
So Jinx and support with Stepha. How are you? Nice to meet you, ladies.
Nice to
Nice to
meet
meet
you.
you.
Absolutely. Jinx, you have your own channel, yes?
Oh yeah.
I do. It's a little spicy.
It's a little what?
Yeah.
It's a little spicy.
A little spicy? We like
Yeah.
spicy. That's okay. Don't worry about that.
Yep.
I'm sorry for the background noise. I'm here at the Corn Club. It's a little loud at the moment.
Oh, that's cool.
Let's just say I had an opportunity to run into a certain creator and I didn't mean to interact with them. I tried to stay far away from them. That didn't work out for me.
Where
I
were you?
absolutely love your accent. Where are you from?
Thank you. I'm from Kentucky.
Kentucky.
Yes.
I love it. You know, the southern accent always gets me. It's just like
Yeah.
Oh, just there's your
beauty.
biscuit.
There's like a finesse and a beauty to it. Like,
Yeah. It's like sugar, you know.
it's sugar. There you go. It's sweet.
It's like sugar.
Sweet,
Yeah.
sweet tea. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be an
That's right.
asshole here, but it's a sweet tea.
Ah, Silky Southern tea. That's what she is.
Yeah. He knows Silky. He knows Silky now too.
Silky baby. There you go.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, there you
She's
go.
awesome.
Yeah, she's a
We
wonderful.
love you, Jinx.
Yeah.
Oh, you? Yeah, I had a run-in with JLR at the last Richard Allen hearing.
Oh, I
Sorry about
have a JLR story, girl. Story, but you all don't want to. We don't want to go there.
I got one for a week.
We're cool.
You have a good one.
we're-
That mother effer went around and bashed me around for a week, so now I don't give a
You
shit.
did? Oh,
Oh, go look it up. Yeah, he called me every name you could think of. I don't care. Whatever.
Oh my lord. Well, let's just say that he acted like a fool, and I treated him as such, a fool.
did
There
you
you
go to
go.
the
He
hearing?
didn't know what to think.
Jinx, did you go to the hearing?
You know, it's funny. Here's how you really trust a person. When you walk up to them and you call them on their shit. All right. And then you see what they're really about. Okay, are they gonna shit their pants, or are they gonna be like, "Yo, dude, all right, you got me. I'm sorry. My bad."
Totally shit his pants, dude. Totally shit his pants.
Thank
Okay.
you. Like,
Yeah, definitely go check her channel out, man.
He has
She's
to carry around toilet paper and diapers. I
She's
understand.
got more
yeah.
stuff coming too. She's got plans.
Oh my god. Y'all, it's definitely worth a giggle. Like, oh, holy shit.
No, you had a channel.
I just started putting out content since the
Right.
whole hearing for Richard Allen to JLR, but it's given me a chance to get Flora in the forefront.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
I'm
I
gonna
can't
start
wait.
Flora when I'm there next weekend.
Listen, just stay true to yourself. Speak your
Oh.
truth. Speak your truth.
Yeah.
Don't forget the facts.
No worries.
That's all that matters. Hey, listen. Go to the affidavit in the PCA every fucking time. You know why? Because it's bullshit. So use the words against them, okay? So every time that somebody's going to come and bust your ass, go and reflect back to the PCA and the affidavit and tell me how this makes goddamn sense. And then we'll talk.
All right.
Every time. And you will win. You know why? Because it's bullshit. Every
Why
time.
didn't- hey, how come you couldn't
In my
help up
opinion,
in Dago's
my
show,
opinion.
man?
I have to say this every damn time. In my opinion.
In which PCA are you talking about? In Richard
Oh,
Allen's?
he's
No, I'm
He-
sorry. I'm
he's
talking about
talking-
Tilburg's PCA. Yeah.
he's talking Idaho for.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm sorry. Am I supposed to be talking about
No,
Delphi?
No, you're fine. I just was like, wait a minute, what are you talking about? Richard
They-
Allen.
Okay, in any affidavit in PCA, always read it. Always read it and see what they're saying. Every time.
Trust me, I have gone over it.
I know you. I'm sure you do.
I'm talking about Delphi, not. I don't give a crap about Brian.
Yeah, she doesn't know Idaho 4.
I mean, I do. I watched it in the beginning, but
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a question then. Did Delphi actually confess?
Yeah, 5 times. Allegedly. That's what it is.
Okay, wait. Let's put it like it is. What it is he made admissions of guilt. Yes, that is all we know, is that he has made supposedly like 4 or 5 counts of admission. We don't know what that admission was in any way, shape, or form, or.
That's why I say always go to the affidavit and PCAs, is because.
Nor do we know who he made those admissions to.
His attorney brought it up at this hearing.
Okay, can I ask who's the one that was reporting that he did this?
His attorney.
His attorney.
His attorney said this?
Yes.
His attorney. His own defense attorney.
I'm sorry, I don't tell him that he's fucked.
His
Your attorney's telling you
what the admissions were or who they were made to.
He wanted to get ahead of it, is what it is.
Yes. Thank you. Because he turned to be like, you know.
The prosecution
thinks
didn't want to bring it up.
Mind games.
Yes.
Yeah. To professional counselors is what Cray says, huh?
Well, I think it was like 5 different people. And I think one of them was his wife. I think they got it on. That's what I've allegedly.
Okay, so can I ask about? Okay, so there's supposedly a spent bullet casing next to the girls, right?
Well, I don't think
no.
Thank you. Please tell me.
It wasn't spent.
And
it was ejected.
Okay.
It was ejected, which you can't get markings off of it like you would if it was spent.
That's some bullshit then.
Yeah, we've discussed that.
That'll be thrown out because there's too many people that were going to come back and say that
you can't reduplicate it.
Yeah, and it's a gun that was mass produced, so you cannot, if it's unspent, you can't.
Yeah.
You can't
Ellie even carried
it's a 22 cal, right?
Ellie even carried that gun.
Is it a 22 cal?
It was a SIG.
SIG, yeah.
SIG Sauer. Okay, you know who was it was not only was it mass produced, it was a popular gun, and you know who most used those guns?
Guess
who?
Ellie.
That were there, yeah.
They stopped using it because it is notorious for jamming.
Right.
It was a 40 caliber.
Yeah.
Okay, so you haven't excavated, or what's it called? Not spent shell casing.
And it's just that it's
ejected. Thank you. That's the word. So you haven't ejected. So CJ, how the fuck does that happen? How do you eject it?
When you cock it twice.
I think he was trying to scare him. Is what I think he was doing.
Right. They thought that what they're saying is they thought that he had chambered around, and then forgotten that he chambered it, and in a scare tactic technique, chambered it again. And that's ejected on the second chambering.
So who shot the girls? I'm sorry, I have to ask this question. So who shot the girls?
Nobody shot him. I don't think. I think they were stabbed.
We don't know.
We know they were stabbed. And you know what? I was watching an attorney talk about that because they have not released cause or manner of death, that is illegal. I was listening to an attorney on Judy Ron, of all people, and the attorney said that it is by law you have to really release manner and cause of death. They never released that, and it's been 6 years. Yeah, so it'd be interesting to see if that is one of the things that come out with that she releases.
Okay, so Richard Allen is supposed to be on the bridge at that specific time. He said he was there. He said his clothes matched up. It went back 6 years later.
His clothes matched up.
He told the same story and had the same fucking clothes. That doesn't make any sense. I will say this. I'm sorry, I don't. But I will say this. So when the cops came back and asked him 5 years later, he told the same exact story. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
He did. I was watching Figs live, and he never said what he was wearing on the second
Thank you. Okay, thank you. This is just what the MM is telling me. This is what I hear from MM. So I'm just.
I believed it too. I thought that's what it was too.
Yeah.
But it was Fig that was saying he never stated what he was wearing. And I'm going to look because I got the probable cause up here. Good question.
Okay, now here's really going to blow your mind. You all want to talk about the guns? Okay, so not only did Richard Allen own a Sig Sauer, Ron Logan also owned the same model Sig Sauer, and Weber's owned the same model Sig Sauer.
Leave Ron alone.
I'm not saying anything about Ron. I'm just saying facts, honey. I'm not going after anybody. I don't necessarily think that anything to do with Ron.
Okay? It's all good. No worries. It's all about facts. Yeah.
Sassy. I'm gonna slap your buns.
Leave Ron alone. That's my boyfriend.
Love that Southern sass. Give it. So listen, okay, so what is this video that supposedly they have? Okay, right? So there's a man walking down this bridge wearing a dark hoodie with jeans, and he says, girls, get down the hill or some shit, something like that, right? What does he say?
Down the hill.
Down the hill.
Down the
That's
hill.
all you hear. But it's just a small clip.
So
larger
is that
recording.
100, again, is this 100%, can they nail this guy for what's on the video, what he's wearing, supposed ejected bullet case, so it's not a shot bullet case, so that's a problem, okay? So how...
He already confessed.
Well, that's the thing. If he confessed, then what are we talking about?
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, it doesn't matter about that evidence.
It doesn't matter. Exactly. If he says, yeah, I shot them, then...
Valid point.
So
still gonna have to match.
So it doesn't matter about the... Go ahead.
Yeah, well, I kind of agree with that, too.
Yeah, even anybody can confess, but the evidence is going to have to match the confession and what they found. You still have to.
Agreed.
Oh, yeah.
Agreed.
Oh, yeah.
Agreed. Okay, so this case is not 100%, right? There's still... Okay, so I have heard an element of there's a second person somehow. Am I just hearing conjecture or what?
No, it's just opinion.
Opinion. Okay, that's what
yeah.
Yeah, we don't know anything.
Nothing out in the courts. I mean, dude, you're dealing with CP. There's a lot of shit that doesn't come out. You know what I'm saying? So there's not going to be paperwork for that kind of stuff because there's so much shit involved with it. That's how they do that CP stuff when it comes to these cases like Delphi. A lot of those don't get released, and a lot of these cases take a really long time just because of...
Man. This happened in what, 2015, 16? So it's been a long time.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Very 2017.
A really long time.
A few months after Flora, actually.
Yeah.
Flora's that old, dude?
And Flora's right next to it. Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, Flora's right next to it.
I had no idea.
Yeah. Go ahead, Jinx.
No idea.
Technically, Flora is about 10 minutes away, and yes, it is arson. It was reported an arson by Dennis Randall very early on in December, actually, after the fire happened, and after December is when Delphi happened. But Flora arson claimed the lives of 4 young girls who were African American, and yes, it is an unsolved case. They vilified Galen Rose. Finally, Doug Carter came out and did an interview and said that she's not a suspect, nor was she ever.
Which they should have done a long time ago.
She ever? He said,
right. Yeah, which they should have a long time ago. And, let him know the Jinx, let him know the connections between Flora and Delphi.
I would love please. Yeah, love to know that.
So, like between LE and the firefighter or fire departments, here's the thing. A lot of these fire departments were volunteer fire departments. So a lot of LE also were volunteer firefighters. Okay.
So what is this shit that I'm hearing that they're throwing rocks through the windows? What is that shit?
Okay. So as far as like law enforcement goes in Carroll County, from the city of Delphi to the sheriff's department to, Flora City. Okay. So a lot of these cops also did volunteer firefighter station work because they were volunteer based. You know what I'm saying? So they were both. Like Drew Yoder was 3rd on scene, Carroll County Deputy Sheriff's Department, and he was also a volunteer firefighter for another town that lives in Carroll County. Okay, but he was a sheriff deputy sheriff for Carroll County. Adam Randall was the fire chief at the time. The state fire inspector was Dennis Randall, which is Adam Randall's father.
be done.
Sorry, my husband came out here. I'm trying to think. I just lost train of thought. So
you were on Randall.
Okay, so Adam Randall, like I said, it was the Flora fire chief. His father, Dennis Randall, was the state fire inspector. David Erskine was a Florida city cop. He was Josh Dysinger. Josh Dysinger was the second person on scene. He worked as a sheriff or a Florida city cop. And then for some reason, Adam Randall was the first on scene, dressed out. There was no fire trucks there though.
But I appreciated what he did when he went over to the fire and he told them to get their asses in gear.
That was Drew Yoder. Yes, he did.
Yes, he did. He was like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
You know what I'm saying? No,
I'm so
go
sorry.
seriously. No,
Sorry.
seriously. No, you're more than welcome to say the F word as much
I
as you want.
shouldn't say that on your channel. Only on my
Fuck
channel.
is the best word you could ever say.
No, you're good. No, you're good. Seriously, I say
sorry.
it probably more than any of you guys do anyway. But no, that's right. It seriously, when you're watching that video, when you're watching what's taking place, you're wanting to reach through the damn TV screen and do something. You know what I mean? It's that fucking bad. There we go.
Why did they not go take a ladder and go up there and get those girls? Why?
And you got dude walking around on the front porch, just walking around.
All they had to do is go in there and grab them from the
insanity. What? Are you serious?
Yeah. And yeah, dude, they were continually throwing rocks. I mean, it's way more rocks than I had ever imagined was being thrown or would have been thrown at windows.
Is that in the fire? Is that in the fire manual? Throw rocks at a window?
No.
I just asked that.
No. I mean, they should already know that as in training that adding oxygen to a fire creates more fire. So that's not even a trend. Like that should have your basic. Like Dago says, your basic 36-hour course.
Yeah,
I think that would have been covered, So it, I don't know. It wasn't just them. It was the landlord that was throwing rocks in the windows. I think. Yeah, it was multiple people throwing rocks in the windows. I mean, you watch the video and you can just.
Where were they? Which windows were they throwing rocks in? I don't.
All of them. All of them.
Why were they throwing rocks? I don't remember that.
That's a great question. Why are you throwing rocks?
Yeah, you can definitely, if you go to
never
my
heard
Flora,
of that. I've never heard of this.
You go to my Flora episodes, you can hear the glass shattering from all the rocks being thrown in there for sure.
Oh,
and yeah, because you see the fire starts off in the back, and it literally. Definitely go check out that episode if you have time. It starts in the back in the kitchen. It sits there for a few minutes, and then all of a sudden, once it starts to reach into the hallway, the rest of the house, literally within 10-15 seconds, the rest of the house is on fire, and the flames are just starting to, just gush out of the freaking windows.
That sounds like Waco, dude.
It reminded me of the movie Backdraft.
Yeah,
if you're familiar with that
Waco, it sounds like some shit. Yeah.
What I don't understand though is why the mom was trying to get at the girls, and she has to get out because it's so bad in there. So why did they try to go up the same stairs that she had to come down from because of the smoke? So if she was that bad, why would you try to attempt to go up there? Why wouldn't you just go straight into their window, the girl's window, and grab them?
Exactly. It doesn't make sense. Like, number one, when they show up, they're not even addressing the back of the house, which is where the fire's at. You got people walking around up front, going into the front room, through the front door, coming back out, going back in, coming back out. When literally
oxygen in there.
Yeah, as soon as you showed up, you could have literally threw a freaking ladder up there, got on the damn roof, got through the damn window, got the girls, got the fuck out of there in a minute and a half, and then put the fire out. Or have, I get there was only one or two people. Is that how many were actually there in the beginning, Jinx? Was it just LE and one firefighter? that was there, and then the other one finally showed up a couple minutes later. The one that was like annoyed that he was interrupting his Roseanne rerun.
You're
She's on mute.
rerun, right?
Yeah, like when the dude shows up, the LE shows up at the fire station.
I'm
Like,
sorry.
come on, let's go. And then I even asked Dago, I was like, Dago, listen to it with some headphones, man. Tell me what you think. And if you think this dude sounded like he had a freaking attitude, like he was like, yeah, like he knew there was a fire, but he was busy watching fucking Roseanne, like he got upset, had an attitude, didn't have his shoes on, nothing. And then how long did it take him to even freaking get there after LE drove back to the fire and started to go in there hacking up? It's it's such a disturbing video, but even if you watch it without the sound, so you don't hear the screams and all that stuff, and you literally just watch what's taking place as the fire's going on, you don't even have to hear the graphic stuff. You just watch it and you're just like, what the fuck? Makes no damn sense whatsoever. So the rocks, man, make no damn sense whatsoever. But you know what, though? There was an insurance payout, and that made sense.
To Josh, right?
Yeah. You're on mute, Jinx.
Yeah, so I missed your question. I apologize.
Oh, you're good. I
need you to ask you a question, Jinx. So do you know who to contact, or maybe you have them? I need some kind of documentation to prove what happened that night, because my brother said he would come on and discuss his thoughts on Flora. He's a firefighter, but he didn't believe me when I told him what happened.
Can you just send him the dash cam footage? I mean, I think that speaks volumes in itself. Send him the video.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Can I ask what the paperwork is on this fire, please?
Well, I was asking her when I wanted my brother to come on and I would discuss it with him. And he said there's no way that happened.
He's a firefighter.
He's like, there's no way they would take
I'm not
4 dead kids and put them in an ambulance and take them to a fire.
Wait till you see the dash cam footage. That's what I'm just telling him. Wait till he sees the dash cam footage. That speaks volumes. Hang on one second.
You can actually watch.
Listen, I'm not here to question anything. I just you know how this goes. I just want.
Oh yeah, I know that.
I forgot about that.
I'm on your team, but I just fucking receipts. Like everybody asks for those, so I just want to know. Yeah, body cam footage, where the paperwork is, how this went down, all that stuff. Like
I totally forgot about that.
Yeah. But this sounds very interesting.
It's
when this happened? 2017?
2016, November 21st, 2016.
That freaking long? Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And they've never got any justice.
And I don't know how many receipts you're gonna get, bro. It's a cover up.
Well, there you go. So
it's a cover up, all right. And somebody went to Josh's hardware store and asked him if he sold smoke detectors. Did you hear me?
Yeah, that's messed up.
I heard
you.
That's
I think it was Frosty, wasn't it?
The whistleblower info. I don't. Who says there's a whistleblower? Like
there's a whistleblower letter. Yes, absolutely. Hang on, I'm gonna get the link for you in just one.
A whistleblower for what?
Show the whistleblower info. Is that the body cam?
No, that somebody wrote in a letter, admission of guilt. Okay, like it was a whistleblower letter. Like this person did it. Yes.
At the front door. Where is this?
This has been a minute, girl. Lord have mercy. Catch up.
I've never heard of this.
Yeah, but
I've never heard of this.
Delphi is my case. Delphi and so I don't know a lot about Flora.
No, it's okay. I'm just teasing you. I'm just teasing you. I love you, Stepha.
No, I love you more.
Oh. Yeah, you just my best.
Huh. Yeah, definitely check out the Flora episode I had a couple of days ago. We went through the dash cam again, Episode 139 is the one that has the best audio and the best up close when it comes to the dash cam video from my channel.
Okay.
It shows it from beginning. You actually hear Jinx, because episode 139 is when Jinx actually introduced this case to me. That's when she's telling me, hey, look for this. Hey, watch this. Hey, time this. So it would be a good episode to kind of not only hear what she's pointing out for you to see, but actually seeing it for yourself too.
You're on mute, Jinx.
Oh, sorry. I'm getting it right now. I got the link. Just give me 1 second and I'll drop it in chat. Now this is Flora, the website for Flora, you guys. And it has so much good information.
Okay.
It's got, basically everything. Oh, man. Hang on. Let me get the right link.
Flora4.org. Is that it?
Yes.
Okay. I'll put that in there. Do you want me to put it in private chat?
No. I got it. I just had to swap over to my phone really quick on the YouTube.
Jinx.
Okay, there's the website. And then also, this is the fundraiser that we're trying to get the T-shirts for the headstones, you guys. They don't have proper headstones. Somebody tried to argue with me the other day that they had headstones. They're just flat on the ground, y'all. They're not proper headstones. Come on now. The mother deserves proper headstones.
Yeah, you're talking the ones that are coming out and up.
Yes, yes. Okay, so again, I dropped the flora4.org. That has so much good information. Like, I'm sure if y'all just read through that, it would answer so many questions for you. Again, the other one that I dropped was the fundraiser link for the headstone.
Uh-oh. I think because she went, hey, Jinx, if you can still hear me, I went into the letter there.
Okay. Yep, there it is. Apologies.
You're good.
Okay. I have to get glasses on because I can't see.
Here, let me zoom it in.
Now I'm going to look smart.
All right, let me see. Can I fit all that? Yep, there we go. That's all good. Can you read that now? Is that good enough? I can make it bigger if not. Here, hold on. Let me switch this real quick.
These glasses are like dirty.
What about this one?
You on video?
Yes.
Okay.
My mic is not muted. Stop.
All right. So what part of this? So what is this? This is a long letter. Oh shit. Okay, so it shows those. All right, let me read this. That's interesting because I know you guys were talking about this in the last Flora show. When it comes, are those the tattoos you were talking about? Let me see here. Try and get us in this and.
You have the Cliff Notes, Jinx? You're on
mute. You're on mute.
Sorry. He's coming in talking to me. No, I don't have the version. I apologize.
Okay. I can read it.
Update on the fundraiser. Give me 2 shakes, honey.
No, I can read this real quick. It says, I have some information. This is from Faith Alvarez. Is this the whistleblower?
Probably.
Okay. It says, I have some information I would like to share with you regarding the deadly house fire on November 21st, 2016, located in the 100 block of East Columbia Street, Flora, Indiana, 46929. New agencies reported Carroll County Sheriff's Officer Drew Yoder and Flora Police Officer Josh Dissinger was first to arrive on scene of a working residential house fire. The officers attempted to make entry into the burning structure to rescue the occupants inside. The rescue attempt was unsuccessful due to the heavy smoke involved and resulted with both officers requiring medical assistance for the injuries they sustained. Later, Officer Drew Yoder was recognized for his heroic effort with his attempt to save 4 girls, and Officer Josh Dissinger cited as hero, rescuing Officer Yoder, assisting him out of the burning residence. What has not been reported, Flora Fire Department already had a fire engine and firefighters on scene. Officer Yoder, on his own accord, disregarding fire department orders to stay out of the way, grabbed a SCBA off the Flora Fire truck and placed onto his body before he entered the burning structure. Officer Yoder did not have any other fire department issue personal protective equipment on at the time, nor is he a member of the Flora Fire Department. Officer Yoder is a member of another fire department located in Carroll County. Officer Yoder knows as a trained firefighter he should have never entered the burning structure without the proper gear and by himself. Sometime during Officer Yoder's attempted rescue, his face mask came off and was overcome by smoke inhalation. Officer Dissinger ran in to assist Yoder's retreat, disregarding firefighter requests to stay out. A seasoned Flora firefighter was on scene with all PPE attire, assisted both Yoder and Dissinger to safety. The actions of these 2 officers compromised and delayed rescue efforts by firefighters to the 4 girls. EMS on scene focused all their effort and time to evaluate and treat both law enforcement officers, delaying treatment to the other victims. Interesting. Firefighters eventually made rescue attempts after clearing the obstruction of both officers to the 4 girls, bringing each one outside. EMS on scene could not revive them after focusing their treatment first to both officers. All 4 girls' bodies were removed from the scene and transported to the Flora Fire Department garage floor. This was conducted before Carroll County coroner could arrive on scene. The removal and transportation of bodies before a coroner initially conducts his investigation is a violation of Indiana code. I would think any code. First, personnel are trained to make a temporary morgue setting, minimizing the view of bodies from public. Why did they choose to ignore their own training or follow proper procedures? Their bodies being placed on the concrete floor of the fire station compromised any forensic evidence that might have been present. Exactly. First fire investigation occurred immediately after extinguishment, salvage, and initial overhaul preparations were completed. Fire investigators from responding mutual aid departments assisted Flora Fire Department investigators. Their initial investigation determined one origin of fire starting behind the refrigerator, commenting the refrigerator as a possible cause. The firefighters who initially investigated this fire were from multiple fire departments located in Carroll County and were trained investigators from a former Carroll County Fire Investigative Task Force. Law enforcement reported later an accelerant was detected on Officer Yoder's clothing that was retrieved from the hospital. The accelerant detected could be from cross-contamination from the SCBA he was wearing. The face shield, mask, and air fittings get cleaned and sanitized after every use. The bottle straps, webbing, and cushions very seldom get cleaned from fire to fire. Cross-contamination could potentially exist between clothing and equipment. That's interesting. Investigation of house fire continues days and weeks later. During this time, the house was never properly secured from day one. Certain civilians were seen coming and going from inside of the residence. Josh Ayers was one of them. Side note, Josh Ayers is the owner of the house. Josh Ayers, former president of Flora Town Board. Josh Ayers, owner of Maytag Appliance Sale Distributor in Carroll County. Josh Ayers, owner of Flora and Delphi True Value Hardware Store. Josh Ayers provides many used appliances he received from customers throwing out their old appliances from his Maytag business to his rental properties. Sold a used refrigerator to Flora Fire Department that quit working shortly afterwards and was then replaced with a new one from a different vendor because he would not make right by it. Flora Town Board President approved an invoice in the amount of $2,275 for legal representation for Fire Chief Adam Randall during law enforcement interviews through October 16th through the 19th. Adam Randall, son of Dennis Randall, former Indiana State Fire investigator. Adam was truly affected by this fire. At one time, he changed his name on Facebook to a Muslim name and tattooed his entire back with images stemming from this fire. I know he is withholding information about this fire, and he is slowly spiraling downhill because of it. The guilt he is experiencing is eating him up inside. Why would the fire chief need legal representation? I would think the police and fire department share the same goal, justice for those 4 girls. Why are my tax dollars being spent for this? Not one town board representative will answer this question. Current Fire Chief Todd Trent is also withholding information. Being so close with both Adam and Dennis Randall, he chooses his words very careful not to reveal the truth. Officer Todd Trent assisted each firefighter who gave a written statement about this fire on what to write and what not to report. Feels like the town has a dark secret and no one wants the truth revealed. A peer review was conducted by the Indianapolis Fire Department. What they don't know is they received revised documents instead of the originals for the investigation. What? I reside here in this small community and must remain anonymous. Okay, so who? I guess the name on top wasn't the person. That's a tattoo. So that must be the
tattoo, huh?
That's one of the letters. So I mean, it's definitely creepy. You see crying faces with no eyes, regular faces with scary looks, faces with eyes that have no color.
I don't get it.
I don't either.
Like, how are they saying that they know that this is the Flora girls?
And I just see a little bit of fire, like on the sides. I don't know so I know there was references. Let me zoom out so you can see the whole thing there. Now I know there was references. There we go. I know there was references to this being reference to the case. Jinx, what? I'll see if I can get a better view of it. Yeah, what are we? So are 1, 2, 3, 4? Is that where you get the 4?
I mean, look, you guys, he has a massive back tattoo depicting a fire. There are 4 faces. I mean, y'all can think what you want. I got my own opinions about it too.
Mm-hmm.
But this is after that happened. Like, he's not the fire. He resigned and did this, and he's had some issues. You can't deny that, you know? So.
And so is he, where is he, like, where is he incarcerated right now or something? Like what?
No, I don't think he's incarcerated right now.
No? Okay. So is anybody like, what's going on? You know, we obviously watch. So what this letter is basically stating that
Adam Randall knows something that he's not talking about. And that's why he resigned, and that's also why his daddy resigned.
But who showed up there first?
He resigned, and that.
Who showed up first?
Well, I mean, if you go by that little report, Josh Dysinger was the first.
Yeah,
Well,
it says.
But you have it on video.
But it's revised. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It is revised. It is revised. Huh?
Was called from another tenant.
They're saying the video is revised?
No, they're saying the report.
Yeah, the report.
Yeah, but in the report, I don't even care what the report says. I'm trying to see if it matches, if this whistleblower matches what's on that video. What's
the dash cam.
Dash cam.
Yeah. Now, does this report seem like what it is on the dash cam? Because I don't know I can't tell recognizing, dash cam or in your opinion, who do you think? Does it line up, Jinx, with the dash cam video of who shows up, who's driving from here to there?
You got to think that it's not going to answer that question, you guys. Why? Okay. Because dash cam footage doesn't kick in until Drew Yoder shows up on scene, and Drew Yoder is reported to be the second one that shows up on scene. So I can't. There's nobody.
Oh.
Okay.
Right. There's no way to prove it.
So I thought he was the first one there.
Who? Drew?
The guy in the cop car. I did too. Really?
But,
see, I thought he was. Oh, wow. Okay.
But there was nobody there before he got there.
Yes, there was. The Flora City cop, Josh Dysinger.
I don't remember seeing him.
Well, it's in. Let me see here.
He was already there when Drew Yoder got there and the dash cam started to roll, honey.
Oh, so if we go to that dash cam and
Drew Yoder who's got there, and that's his dash cam. That's Drew Yoder's dash cam footage from his car.
Okay. So if we go to that dash cam and don't play the audio, we can actually see him in the dash cam when he shows up.
Yoder is already on scene. I know at some point in time you can tell that he is on scene through the dash cam footage, but again, Drew Yoder showed up as reported on the report second.
Right.
As reported on the report, he showed up second, and that is the dash cam footage, is his footage.
Did Yoder quit? Was it Yoder and is that this? Okay, I know it was a father and
that
son.
Is Dennis Randall, who was the state fire inspector. He resigned. His son, Adam Randall, who was the Flora fire chief, resigned. And yes, Josh Dysinger, the Florida police officer, who's reported to be the first on scene, has also resigned. Drew Yoder, the Carroll County Sheriff's Department, he is still a current and active deputy sheriff.
He's been in all kinds of weird situations. However, I do not think that he was involved in any of this scam
Nope, didn't say that at all.
No, but I'm just saying because when I thought he was crooked as hell. When I first learned
he was trying to do something, darling. Let's just play that out there right now. He was the only one that looked like he was trying to do anything.
Yeah, but I didn't know that until I saw the video cam. But because they had said that he had been in so many 4 save me or situations that were crazy like this, I was like, oh, this guy's up to something. But then when I saw the dash cam, I was like, oh my God, if it wasn't for him, those dumbasses wouldn't even have gotten out of the fire station.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now listen, it is a volunteer firefighter station. that means that nobody is there but like one person.
Right.
You know, everybody else has to be called in. Yes.
What's up,
Kev's
Coach Kev? Thank you for hopping in.
Kevin, I need you in my life.
Kevin,
do you have documentation? Kevin, if anybody's got documentation, Kevin does.
No, it's all I'm telling you. Everything that you're asking for as far as documentations is on floor4.org/, honey.
Okay.
That's all the documentation that you're going to need is right there.
Okay.
And you can pick me up if I can help you get a little bit more, possibly.
Okay.
You go through
Coach
that.
Kev, if you're not,
you come back to me.
Coach Kev, if you're not busy Tuesday night, please swing by for Flora. I appreciate if you don't mind. Go ahead. Go ahead, Stepha.
Oh no, I was just asking Jinx to send me that the link to what she was talking about in Discord.
I'll send it to you after this live's over.
Okay.
Or after I drop out. I'll drop out and then I'll send you all those links.
Yeah. And we're going to probably end the show in about 20 minutes. If anybody wants to hop up, you're more than welcome. And then after that, we're going to be playing games. We're going to be doing Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Open panel, live call-in. You're more than welcome. We're going to be having some games for the rest of the night and kind of kicking back. We'll be on the other channel where we talk sports and do game shows and stuff like that. So I'll put the link out there for you guys. Definitely come on over and hang out if you like, and we'll play some games here. And I'm going to put out a post on my Evil CJ Show community, post in the link as well, to if anybody would like to play, they're more than welcome. Definitely sub to Support with Stepha. I appreciate you hanging out with us tonight and sharing your knowledge. It was nice to meet you.
Yes, it was nice to meet you too.
Definitely sub.
Yes, I would love to have you all part of the Support with Stepha family.
You know, she had a live that was so interesting about the medical aspect of, you know, like, I don't know how to say it nicely, crazy people.
Crazy people.
Go ahead,
those are my people, all right?
I don't know.
Crazy people.
I ain't always the smoothest, you know?
Were you in here talking about that? We talked about her a little bit, about the my colleague that is worked in a hospital for the criminally insane. I was telling them a little bit, but I love that she was sharing about the serial killers. Like, she wouldn't give names because that would be a HIPAA violation, but like, they share rooms. There's like 2 people to a room. So can you imagine like sleeping next to a serial killer?
Mm-hmm. That would be crazy, wouldn't it?
I'd be like, no, I'll go back to prison. I'll just go back to I'll sleep next to a drug dealer, okay?
Oh man, yeah, no, hard pass.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, definitely sub to Grizz too. Great
yes,
intro.
Grizz is
I'm not
awesome.
sure what happened to Rory. He must have dropped out or something. It looked like maybe he was getting bugged at the restaurant or something for talking, but I'm sure he'll be back too. The Randalls no more, so do some firefighters. Someone has to talk. We're close. We truly are. What's up, Cassie? And yes, thank you for setting me up the link with Tech Death Hippie, Jinx, because I'm definitely excited to showcase some of his music.
Right. I'm so glad I connected y'all. That's fantastic.
Yeah. So instead of Royal Free promo in the beginning, you'll see a Tech Death Hippie promo in the beginning. And I need to make a screen for Grizz too, instead of putting up his link on the screen of the show in the beginning. I need a screen for Grizz. You know, boom, intro.
I'm going to name drop real quick for you, CJ.
Go ahead,
know
please.
who Tech Death Hippie stuff on his channel already?
I haven't been over to his channel, but I always say hi to him in the Delphi chats.
Copfax uses Tech Death Hippie's music.
Oh, nice.
I
haven't checked out his channel yet.
He's freaking amazing.
Facts.
His old boss is Joe Kenda on which is the
Yeah.
homicide rate. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, Homicide Hunter is like probably the number one true crime channel like on ID.
Mm.
Yep. So I just thought that was kind of a fun fact that Cop Facts has used Tech Death Hippie stuff.
Yeah, like that's kind of
Okay.
awesome. Like he's a big deal.
That's like
Oh, yeah.
shoot.
He came into
Yeah.
chat. Maybe it was last night in here, or maybe it was the other night, and I was like, "I'm your biggest fan, and I hear you're really nice." So now, I think I said I'm a big fan, but now I might be your biggest fan. Like, yeah, like I was like
Geez.
starstruck. No, not
Aw.
like he's hot. He's not hot.
That's so cute.
Fox is like, oh my gosh. Like if he came out, he was a guest on my channel, I'd be like, I'm not asking questions. Just talk about your life. Start from birth.
From birth.
See, that's Clint Eastwood for me. I don't care.
He looks like Clint Eastwood. He sounds like him, and he knows everything. Like he knows everything. I would trust him. Like if I go missing, contact Cop Facts.
She said contact Cop Facts.
If you go missing. Yeah, I've seen him in Silky's chat, I think.
Yeah, that's where it was. That was in Silky's chat. But one of my friends, like, he's been really good helping her, and that's why I was like, so I hear you're really awesome, like on a personal level. So
yep, very nice woman, from my understanding, like extremely genuine, kind of like CJ, very genuine, great guy, fantastic all around.
Thank you for having me as a guest tonight. I really appreciate it.
Oh no, thank you for coming. I appreciate your comfort and wanting to hop on and just share the conversation. It was definitely very enjoyable, and I would love to have you on again whenever we do talk about any of these cases. We do talk about a lot of different cases, and it's not always about knowing what the facts are as much as it's just having common sense with an open mind. When it comes to exploring all thoughts, theories, and opinions, and then just kind of taking out what doesn't make sense and trying to help make sense, because we don't really cover a lot of these cases where the cases make sense, and we talk about a lot of the cases that don't make sense or they don't get the coverage, things like that. And so that's when you kind of have to have that open to explore all thoughts, theories, and opinions, but at the same time have a common sense approach to it too. So I definitely appreciate you hopping up.
Absolutely. Well, Flora is the one. It doesn't make sense at all.
No, I've dropped the link in chat. If y'all have anything, a lot of those questions that y'all are having, just read. It's all right there.
Thank you, JoJo. All right, I'm gonna hop down so you can have your guests, but you have a wonderful evening, y'all.
You too. Thank you so much, and I appreciate you coming on.
Of course.
Definitely go sub. I can't wait to check out your channel some more. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
And I'm gonna go ahead and. Is there anything else you want to talk about, or?
You're fantastic. I did want to say that I dropped my spicy video.
Oh, there we go. Spicy Jinx video right there.
Thank you, CJ. I appreciate you always, dude. And I can't wait to work with you soon.
Yeah, that's going to be cool. I'm excited for that. So what was how'd Silky's show go? Is she still in? Did she wind up here?
I think the live took it out of her. I think she's already gone to bed and she had to get working.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Was it? Because I know that I know you guys were saying that you guys didn't get to the spicy part yet.
Yeah.
When I had to get ready for the show.
Get a knowledge on some people, but we stayed within the parameters pretty well. We had some good banter, like the Snapchat. We were talking about that, and she was, she was saying, well, maybe it is fake. And I was like, well, I'm going to tell you how Snapchat works. And we had a really good back and forth banter, on both sides of the coin. It was great. Like, she's fantastic. I love her. But y'all, we are two Southern women, so
yeah, we definitely have to check out the replay for sure. Yeah, and thank you so much for all the work that you do on these cases, and then plus you're offering a lot of your time lately, because we've Flora's been covered. I mean, Flora Week was only a few weeks away, and you were doing a lot for that. And
oh Lord, Flora Week was a hot one, wasn't it? That was crazy. I was all over the place. But I feel like I've been all over the place this week too, which is fantastic. Great. Let's make some noise for Flora, y'all. Please.
Right. Okay, so I know everybody was talking about these Idaho documents and stuff. What can anybody tell me what they're about? I haven't been able to check them, research them. I've heard different things. I'm seeing different things. Do I need to shut down the Delphi episode and come back up with Idaho instead of the games, or what?
Was there something spicy that happened for the Idaho?
I don't know. Well, and here's the game show channel that you can go sub to, and we'll be playing games. But no, ever since the show started, people were talking about these Idaho documents that came out, and we've been talking Delphi, so I haven't even been trying to see what was going on with all the documents. Let me see. Let me check my Discord. Maybe I got some Discord messages, or
I said, I want to be a millionaire.
No, I don't.
In hairs.
I don't see nothing. Okay, that's earlier.
Yeah, I haven't seen any updates on Idaho. I don't know what they're talking about.
I don't know. Maybe, you know what? It is only 9:00. Absolutely insane. You know what? How about you know what? I'm just gonna do this. We'll see how the night goes. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and end this episode. I'm gonna put out a notification for one.
The car search.
Right. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and end this show. I'm gonna put up a notification for an Idaho show, and I'm gonna set it for 15 minutes. So take a break, get some drink, whatever.
Yeah.
Come back here in a few. Let's figure out this Idaho shit, and then we'll just go from there. We'll do Who Wants to Be a Millionaire for sure. I know Rory was supposed to be the one that was going to hop up and play tonight, and I haven't heard back from him, so I don't know what's going on with that. So, yeah, we'll be back in 15 with Idaho. Thank you, Jinx, for hopping up. I appreciate you. Thank you for being on panel and Silky's show. Yeah, come back in 15 and we'll get a notey out there, and hopefully we can get everybody back in here. We'll be back. Thank you so much. I appreciate you support with Stepha. Please go sub to her. Thank you for your time. Thank you for hopping up here, and we'll see you here in about 15.